What's good, everybody? This is Ryan Johnson with MoneyBass.com. All right, guys, we're going to kind of get into something that is controversial as usual. For the most part, you guys see a lot of things that are going on online, especially with the just the different things that are coming up that go along with the sport of fishing and just sports in general when you think about it. But tonight, what we're going to talk about, we're just going to touch on a subject that I know a lot of you have already heard about. But what we do on this channel is approach it from kind of a different angle. This is a very interactive and live. We are live right now, guys. So this is a very interactive and live channel. So the thing that we do is I definitely get active in the chat. So I want you guys to introduce yourselves in the chat. This is one of the best chats on YouTube, guys. So there will be a lot of different thoughts, opinions, suggestions, and everything going on. So make sure you get in there and network with everybody. The other thing that we do is drop polls throughout the live stream. And what that lets us do is just kind of gauge the room to see who we have, tuning in tonight, and just to get an idea of where their thoughts may be as far as the topic that we will be discussing, which is some other additional cheaters, cheatee being caught in a bass tournament, guys. And we're speaking about a bass tournament, but of course, as we are finding out and as we know, if some of you did not know, this is something that seems to be kind of a regular occurrence. So what are we going to do about that? What are the solutions? So that is what we're going to be talking about tonight. We have touched on this before, and we had a lot of good input from you guys. So make sure you keep that input coming. And just bear with me real quick. I just want to make sure that I have everything up and running, guys, and then we will get straight into it. The format for the show is as usual, I'll pull up a video clip. We'll just take a quick review of that. And I have an article that I want to pull up some information on so that it will add some context into what we're going to be looking at. And the other thing that I will do is drop the live link. There is another thing that I need to take care of, guys. So I don't know if you, for you people that are just tuning in for the first time, welcome to the live stream, guys. We get together every Tuesday at 8 p.m. Eastern. And every once in a while, I have, a person or two that may come up and try to disrupt the live stream. So I have somebody that has actually challenged me to, I guess, do you want to say a duel per se? But we're going to be meeting out on Lake Logan Martin. And I think that person is going to actually show up on the live stream so they can kind of, if they have some things they need to say to me or want to say to me, they can go ahead and say them. I'll have some things to say back, and then we'll talk about how we're going to settle, this, I don't know if it's kind of a disagreement that we've been having or whatever, but it'll be kind of interesting. I think that person will be coming up. So make sure you guys stay tuned for that. I will be dropping the live link. That live link will allow you, the viewers, to also come up. I can share the screen with you, pull you up on the screen. Just make sure your lighting is good. I will do an audio check. Then we'll listen to your thoughts and opinions on the topic that we're talking about. All right, so let me hop straight into the content, guys. First, what I'm going to do is just share my screen. And I have an article that I want to go over. So this is going to be in relation to the Big Bass Splash cheating incident that recently took place. So it is another we have weights and fish situation. So it seems like maybe this person has not heard about the previous incident. I do not know how they cannot have known about it, but especially dealing with a big organization like this, even on some of these lower levels. Whenever we host tournaments with the Rob Bender's Bass Club, we actually have metal detectors. And it sounds crazy, guys, but yeah, we have wands and everything out there. So we check the fish, we give lie detectors, because it is something that a lot of people that are hardcore fishermen, we kind of know that there are people that are infiltrating the system that are not necessarily as honest or have as much integrity as, the fishermen that we're used to dealing with out here, because the numbers have grown significantly over the years, especially with the pass of COVID and everything, how everybody saw those numbers shoot up. So we have a lot of people that are just getting introduced into the fishing world, and maybe they think they can slide in and get away with some things that we know are not acceptable in the fishing industry. All right, so let me just pull up the article and we'll take a look at that. And like I said, make sure you guys continue to get active in the chat. And before I read that article, one more thing, guys, let's go ahead and get started with the first poll. Remember, these polls are just to gauge the room so that we can see who we have in attendance for this evening. All right, hold on one second. And also, if you have any, any good poll questions or anything that you would like me to put up, just drop those in the chat. And if I catch it and it's a good one, I'll put it up here so everybody can participate. All right, so this first poll question is going to be, have you ever participated in a tournament where cheating was involved? Have you ever participated in a tournament where you found out that cheating was involved and someone had to be disqualified? All right, so let's see. How can I word that? All right, and so these are going to be some interesting answers as usual. Like I said, guys, make sure that you participate in the chat, get active on the polls, and when I drop that live call-in link, if you have some things that you want to say or some stories to tell, go ahead and hit that link, especially if you have a YouTube channel, guys. It is a good way to, kind of get your name out there, let some people see who else is out here on YouTube putting out some great content. All right, so have you ever participated in a tournament where a cheater was caught? All right, and we will keep this one simple with a yes and no. And we'll go ahead and get these things rolling, guys. All right, so that poll is up and running. All right, so let's take a look at this article, just so for the people that may not have known, may not know about this topic, can get some better context for it. Let me just enlarge this for you. All right, so this article is on Wired to Fish, guys, and it says, cheater caught altering fish at silly big bass splash. All right, so let's see. Silly Outdoors owner Bob Silly and his son-in-law, Chris Bennett, have announced that an angler who competed in the Big Bass tournament over the weekend on Toledo Bend Reservoir has been arrested. So they caught the guy. They arrested him. I don't know if they're going to mention this, but I believe that this is a felony whenever these the funds that people are attempting to steal surpass a certain amount, that they can face felony charges for that. All right, Bennett explained that the angler, who was not named, but we all know who that person, well, maybe not we all, but maybe they'll mention the person's name later on, because I know that it did eventually come out. All right, so Bennett explained that the angler, who was not named, turned in a bass at the weigh-in that was immediately flagged by the weight master. Immediately. I wonder why. Bennett said the fish was set aside, and an investigation revealed that the bass had lead weights inside to increase its weight. Kind of a lazy cheater right there, guys. Agents determined there were 2.59 pounds of lead used to illegally increase the fish's weight. 2.5 pounds, 2.59 pounds of lead, guys. That weight alone is a keeper fish in a lot of tournaments. People weigh in just a fish that weighs that amount in a lot of tournaments, guys. We spoke with the Sabine Parish law enforcement and confirmed that the angler was arrested and charged with a felony for fraud. Fishing contest fraud brings up to a, let me see, $3,000 fine and a 1 year in jail. So up to, fishing contest fraud brings up to a $3,000 fine and 1 year in jail. So in the chat, how much jail time do you think someone should get in a situation like this? I'm not sure what the payout was. Maybe they'll mention that in just a minute. But yeah, in the chat, I guess we can go ahead and get started with that. What, in a situation where someone is found to be cheating in a fishing tournament, what do you think the minimum amount? We're talking about the maximum. So they're saying up to $3,000 in fines and up to a year in jail. So it sounds like a year is going to be the maximum. And what kind of deterrent is that, guys? A year is the maximum. And when you look at what some of the people that have been receiving for previous times whenever they have been caught, what about the people that have not been getting caught? And they're fishing these tournaments that are $10,000, $20,000, $50,000 tournaments, payouts, and they're running the risk of getting caught, and their fine is only going to be up to $3,000. All right, so yeah, in the chat, just drop in there, what do you guys think? All right, so now let's take a look at the picture. Look at this right here, guys. Now, those are some big weights. And they definitely had to be some big fish in order for them to put that much weight in there. And especially with the person thinking that it is going to be unnoticed. And another thing for people that may not be familiar with tournament fishing and tournament weigh-ins, generally the tournament director and the person that is checking those fish are very familiar with the weights of a fish by just looking at it. They can kind of guesstimate how much a fish should weigh just by looking at it. And obviously 2.59 pounds of additional weight on a fish is going to stand out, like they said, immediately to someone that is familiar with seeing fish on a regular basis. All right, so let's continue on. It says Seeley and Bennett stated that the Louisiana Department of Wildlife and Fisheries detained the individual after he fled the scene. So he was running. The guy was trying to run. Did he flee by boat or flee by foot? What was he doing? So this one is a little different. He was like, oh my goodness, they got me. They got me, guys. I have to get out of here. So they said that they detained the individual after he fled the scene. Additionally, Bob Seeley issued a statement reassuring anglers of their commitment to safeguarding integrity in the sport. Now, that is a very good statement right there, guys. You want to deal with a organization that has integrity, that you know they will actually take extra measures to protect your, I don't know if it's necessarily an investment when you're fishing, but you're putting money out there, not only for the camaraderie and, just for the experience of it, but hey, you're putting it out there with the hopes of possibly getting a return. So, yeah, you definitely want to have a reputable tournament organization that you see will take measures to protect you from people that are doing things they shouldn't. All right, let's see. Additionally, Bob Seeley issued a statement reassuring anglers that their commitment to safeguarding integrity in the sport, emphasizing that the accused individual will face a permanent ban from all future big bass splash events. So think about that. From this event is what they are banned from. But because that organization can, they have they can determine who they will and won't allow to fish their tournaments. But that does not mean this person cannot go off and fish another tournament someplace else in a different state, maybe even in the same state, because after a few months, people are going to forget that person's name. So what do you do to keep that name out there and to notify other tournament organizations that you do not want that person participating? Oh my goodness, guys, look how big these weights are. And they used braided line to tie those. Wow. To tie those weights together inside of that fish. All right, let's see what else they have in here, guys. All right, for more information, check out the official press release from Seeley Outdoors and the Louisiana Department of Wildlife and Fisheries. So let's see, what do we have here if we go to this press release? All right, so here we go. So this takes us directly to their Facebook page. So let me drop this down. Hold on one second, guys. So what I'll do now is they actually made a statement. So we'll listen directly to the statement from the organizers that run this tournament trail. All right, just bear with me. This is a live show, guys. So just have to make sure I get everything in here lined up for you. All right, let's see. All right, let's see if we can just enlarge that a little bit for you. Get this lined up. All right, so now let's listen in and see exactly what the tournament organizers had to say about this topic.
Coach Bob Seeley with Seeley Outdoors. I'm the creator of the Big Bass Fishing Tournament events that happened, started back about 48, 49 years ago. We want to express some things to you that happened this past weekend at Lake Toledo Bend. I'd like to introduce my son-in-law, Chris Bennett. He was kind of overseeing the event and stuff for that day and all this, and he'll tell you what transpired.
Thanks, Bob. Hey, guys, real quick, I want to go over a few rules of safety and integrity, and I'll get right to the point. We have rules of safety, such as wearing your life jacket when that big motor is running. We have rules of integrity, such as if you've got it on this lake that we're fishing on within the last 90 days, that would make you ineligible to fish our tournament. Guys, when those rules are broken, those are mistakes by good, honest anglers. Okay, and when they are broken, we address them just as that. At the most will happen, you will withdraw your fish and we'll move on. But what we won't tolerate is malicious activity, such as altering the length of a fish or manipulating the weight of a fish.
All right, so think about that. He said manipulating the length of the fish or manipulating the weight of a fish. I have actually heard of someone taking scissors and trying to put slits in a fish's tail to extend the length of that fish. And also in some tournaments, there are slot limits where a fish cannot be longer than a certain length, where someone has actually taken scissors and clipped off some of the length of a fish. So, I mean, just because you have integrity and the people around you, you believe they have integrity too, there are people out there that do not. So as we're having this discussion, guys, in the chat, I want you guys to put some solutions. What do you think are some solutions to this issue that is definitely not going anywhere anytime soon? And a lot of people may think that this is something that is new, something that is recent. The thing that is new and recent is social media, is cameras on phones, all of these things that are allowing this to now be exposed on a lot, just a lot more. Basically, it's just being exposed. There's a lot more avenues for people to get caught now, guys. All right, so let's continue on and listen to what else they had to say.
With that being said, this last weekend at Lake Toledo Bend, a fish was weighed in by an individual that indeed was recognized by my bump man immediately. At that time, we took proper protocol, sent signal to the weighmaster, and held that fish until authorities could arrive. When the authorities arrived, they determined, along with the state biologist, they determined that that fish.
Hi, folks. Bob Seeley was.
All right, so let's go ahead and stop it right there. Actually, hold on 1 second. Let's see. I don't know why.
Seeley Outdoors. I'm the creator of the big bass fishing tournament events that happened, started back about 48, 49 years ago. We want to express some things to you that happened this past weekend at Lake Toledo Bend. I'd like to introduce. Hi, folks. Bob Seeley was.
All right, I was just trying to see if I could skip past that, but it's not allowing me to skip past it, guys. But yeah, so it looks like it kind of cut off, but you guys pretty much get the gist of what happened there at that tournament. So what do you guys think? Let's hop over here and see what you guys have in the poll, first of all, to see, to start kind of gauging the room. And what I'll do is also drop the call-in link. I know there's some of you out there that are more familiar with this. You may already have additional information, but like I said, the purpose of the show tonight is to get feedback from you guys, the people that are participating, and also people that may not even tournament fish, but when you're hearing this type of things, these type of things regarding the fishing industry and how it always seems like there's something going on, which pretty much happens in all sports, guys. There's always something going on. The difference with fishing is that fishing is more of a self-policing sport. So what happens whenever someone that is the criminal self-policing themselves? It does not turn out well, as we can see in a lot of instances. So we don't necessarily have referees, but we have advanced in whenever you get to the more elite side of the fishing industry, they do have marshals, cameras, and things like that. But for the most part, the average tournament out here, we are not riding around with a marshal in the boat. But things are changing as far as having cameras. And we may get into that in just a minute too. All right, so what I'm going to do is go ahead and drop this call-in link. So if anybody wants to come up, and like I said, maybe you have a story or you have something that you want to, just put out there as far as your thoughts or opinions on these topics and what are some solutions to that, then you can come and do that. All right, hold on 1 second. So with this call-in link, the call-in link will be in the chat. All you have to do is click that call-in link. Make sure your lighting is good. You have to have your camera on. So you have to be cammed up, and we will do a quick audio check. Then we'll listen in and see what you have to say. All right, so the call-in link. All right, let's see. Like I said, this is a live show, guys. We get together every Tuesday at 8 p.m. Eastern just to share some thoughts on different topics. All right, so that call-in link is now active. All right, so where is the poll? All right, so here we go, guys. So the poll says, have you ever participated in a tournament where a cheater was caught? All right, we have a good amount of people that have voted on this, and we have 81% of you are saying no. All right, so we got to give a hand clap for that. 81% of you are saying no. But guess what that means? That means that 19% of you are saying yes. Now, that is a kind of a high number, 19% of you. And I doubt the 19% were all fishing the same tournament. So hopefully, like I said, the call-in link is in the chat. So if anybody wants to hit that link, and what I always advise is if anybody has a YouTube channel, make sure you hit that call-in link, come up, voice your opinion. I'll shout out your channel. So, people can go and check you out. And I'll let you speak for a minute or two, drop you down, and bring somebody else up. All right, so now let's hop into the chat and see who we have visiting us for this evening. All right, so we want to give a big shout out to Bassin with Big Malone. He says, what's going on, guys? All right, so we have Bassin with Big Malone. All right, and we have Stephen Dorsey checking in. Shout out to the Money Team. Really, really appreciate it. The Money Team are the people that you will hear me referring to. Those are the members of the channel. If you are interested in becoming a member of the channel, just click that join button down below. It is also pinned to the top of the chat. It will give you some basic information about what it means to become a member of the Money Team and some of the perks that come along with that. And there will be a special perk that will be coming up in maybe a week or two that comes along with being a member of the Money Team, some behind the scenes things that we will be getting into. So I'll let you guys know about that. All right, shout out to C219 Troll. He is the local crappie fisherman out there cashing checks, making things happen. All right, and a big shout out to Doty Fishing, very, very strong supporter of the channel. He says, let's see, what does Doty Fishing say? He was a throwdown cheater while nobody was watching. The real cheaters. Okay, so you guys are getting active in here in the chat. I'm not sure what y'all are talking about. Big shout out to Mako Mills. All right, so we have Mako tuning in, strong supporter of the channel, always watching. Might have a few things to say. All right, and what does Bassin with Big Malone say? Let me see, he won't get caught, but definitely cheating. Uh-oh. What are you guys in the chat talking about? I'm missing things. All right, so Scott Sermon says 1 year, they will only have to serve half. So why let them off early? So does anybody think, and let's go ahead and change this poll question real quick, and actually the numbers are changing, guys. Have you ever participated in a tournament where a cheater was caught? We have 25% of you are saying yes. So hopefully one or two of you will at least hit this call-in link so we can hear about what happened in the situation, because it will kind of enlighten some of the people that may not think that this is a very big issue, because I think it is a lot bigger than what people actually think that it is. Because remember, we are allowing people that really need to be policed to police themselves, which is not going to work. It's just not going to work, guys. All right, so let's see. So we have 25%. All right, so now this next poll question, guys. And again, these polls are just to gauge the room. All right, so now let's do this next poll. All right, so what does Scott say? 1 year, they will only have to serve half, so why let them off early? Do you think the judges, do you think the community itself really takes cheating in bass tournaments seriously? A lot of them may not really even know about bass tournaments. So that's kind of a hard battle to win right there, trying to get things to happen on the as far as the judgments go, and once they go to criminal court. Can't really see somebody, like you're in the cell and somebody's looking at you and they're like, hey, what are you in here for? And you're like, hey man, I stuffed the weight in the fish. And they're like, well, what are you in here for? And you don't want to hear what that other person is in there for. It's like, it's kind of unbalanced. So how seriously does the judicial system really take cheating in bass tournaments? All right, so this next poll question, let me see. All right, so should tournament cheaters serve more than 1 year? All right, so I think this is where a lot of people are going to start seeing some answers that may surprise you, because I don't think everybody takes it as seriously as what the majority of the fishing, the fish heads take it. All right, so should tournament cheaters, all right, here, let me get my spelling right. Should tournament cheaters serve more than 1 year? All right, there we go. That poll is live and running. So make sure you guys participate in that. And let me just drop this call-in link one more time. So that call-in link is in the chat for anybody that does want to come up. Just make sure you are cammed up, meaning your camera is on, your lighting is good, and I'll pull you up, see what you have to say about the topic. All right, so shout out to Steve Dorsey and the Money Team. He says should get the max penalty. So Steve is already saying, hey, give him that year. Give him that entire year. Shout out to the burning season. Back in action once again. Says it's not his fault that the fish ate the lead. I mean, hey, you never know. Those fish are down there foraging. He was hungry. He needed some extra weight on him. All right. Shout out to the burning season. All right. So Bass Ticker says, let's see, banned from tournaments for life. All right. So that's what they said they're getting. So at the Big Bass Splash, they are banned for life. But how do you monitor and regulate whenever they show up to another tournament? Someone may not even know the person that committed that because they don't necessarily do background checks. How are they going to find out about that person? How will they know to ban them from other tournaments? All right, then we have Coltrane stepping in and says 1 to 5 years. Wow, never allowed to fish tournaments again. So yeah, so in the chat, one of the things that I'm going to be looking for is how do you regulate that? How do you know that that person is not going to just leave and go fish another tournament? And remember, even with their fishing license, I do not believe that is a lifetime ban. Have any of you heard of anybody receiving a lifetime ban once they've been caught? All right, just bear with me, guys. Bear with me real quick. Let me check something. All right, let's see. All right, let's keep going in the chat, guys, while you guys continue to answer that poll. Oh, and also, wait a minute, I cannot forget. Make sure you guys hit the like button on the way in. It really does help out the channel, guys. And the other thing, I want to give a big shout out to the sponsor of the live stream. If you take a look at the bottom of the screen, there's a banner. That banner is there for, you know, just to give some acknowledgement to the person that gives the largest super chat or super sticker during the live stream. So right now it says special thank you so much to the sponsor of the stream, The Condemned Man, and also Joe Winkler. So we had a dual sponsor on the last live stream, guys. So really, really appreciate the support of the channel. Always want to give credit where credit is due. So I really do appreciate that. All right, so let's see. What does Bassing with Big Malone say? I guess the whole walleye folks set the minimum standard for that. So whatever they got for cheating. Wow. And does anybody remember what the walleye cheaters received for their cheating scandal? And they were involved in a big one, guys. They were dealing with hundreds of thousands of dollars. And I do not think they received for the most part, what people were saying is they just received a slap on the wrist. So you can only imagine whenever you're thinking about a tournament that could be a couple of $100 or $500 or $5,000, even $20,000, when we're looking at these other tournaments where they're fishing for hundreds of thousands of dollars, get caught, and then the penalties that they receive. All right, let's see. So Bassing with Big Malone says, but definitely should be banned from tournament participation altogether. So I think a lot of people agree with that. But the question is, how do you monitor that? When that person leaves and goes to fish another tournament, how would you even know that that person was cheating or has banned from another tournament organization? All right, so we have Russell Allison says he needs to be an example, full penalty and full jail time and fully banned for life. Okay, I'm not really seeing too many people that are disagreeing with that, but let's just check the poll real quick and see how that is going so far. So should tournament cheaters serve more than 1 year? We have 29% are saying no, that they should not serve more than 1 year. And that's just kind of a blanket statement. We're not talking about as far as how much money is involved, what the payouts were, or anything like that. So just we have 29% are saying that they should not receive more than a year. So whether it's a $5,000 tournament or a $100,000 tournament, or they could be winning a truck and a boat in some of these tournaments. So that person that attempted to rob or attempted to steal, that they should not receive more than a year. And in some cases, they actually allow the person to walk the stage, take the pictures, present them with the winnings. And right after they are presented with the winnings, now they have actually completed the theft because they have possession of the stolen item. Now that is when the police step in. And I think in those cases, the penalty is a lot worse because now the person actually, it wasn't no longer attempted. They actually did have possession of the winnings. So that situation will be a little bit different. All right, let's see who else we have in here. Shout out to Don. We have Don checking in. Good to see you. Really, really appreciate you stepping in and, you know, checking out the live stream. He says minimum fine should be whatever the top prize is doubled. Whoa. Whoa. So if you're fishing for a $100,000 payout, Don is saying hit him with $200,000. If you are caught with stolen equipment, you should have at least a minimum of 5 years incarceration. Don is not playing. Don is not playing. He says no exceptions. I don't like a thief or a liar. Oh my goodness. Okay, all right. And we have some people seconding that motion. We have Steve says, I agree with Don. All right. Once again, big shout out to the Money Team. We have Stephen Dorsey checking in. We also have another member of the Money Team, Dodie Fishing. All right. Dodie says, make the cheaters display cheater on their driver's license. Oh, okay. Hey. How would that work? Because generally, from what I've heard, their license, their fishing license is only suspended for a limited amount of time. So if they put that on the driver's license, when you think about so many other crimes that could take place, why wouldn't they have car thief or robber or home invader? Why would they put fishing cheater on there above those other crimes that are a lot more? Those, you know, it's like in comparison to the levels of crimes that there are, wouldn't they put something like that above a fishing cheater on a license? It's kind of a, you know, so like I was saying before, a lot of us take it very seriously, but I think the majority of people in the legal system and even just the people that are around us, they will not look at it as that big of an issue. I think if you were to have a discussion about it with someone that is not into fishing at all, they may actually find the whole conversation amusing, where people that are really into fishing, you know, it kind of makes them very upset. So you can see that wide array of responses that you may get. All right, then we have Cold Train says for sure should be a hefty fine too. All right, so I see you guys getting active in the chat. I'll try to keep up with that. But like I said, the purpose of tonight's stream is to hear thoughts from you guys and to hear what do you think are some of the solutions. And I have the live link that I dropped in the chat. That is one of the differences with this live stream, guys. I actually will pull you up on the screen. So this show is live and in action right now. Every Tuesday at 8 p.m. Eastern is when we get together. I dropped a live link. I'm active in the chat. So it is, you know, it's very interactive. And let me just drop that link in the chat once again, because I see you guys are moving pretty fast in the chat. All right, so let's see where we are right now. All right, so we have Big Will reeling and chilling, says Big Will is in the house. What's good? All right, so we're waiting to hear some comments from you, Big Will. What do you have to say? All right, so Ken says they should take the cheaters on into the swamp. Oh my goodness, not the swamp, not with the gators. All right, so Ken and Don, they are not playing. All right, so what else does Don say? Don says, I can remember fights at the ramp between anglers. Now, I've heard about that. Maybe that should happen now if you cheat. Oh, my goodness. Oh, my goodness. Don is, like I said, Don is not playing. But yeah, so that is, and if you think about the whole wildlife situation, from my understanding, there was a deputy that was there that pretty much had to let the guys know, like, hey, let the guys pass through. Don't touch them or do anything. Just let them leave, because there were some people there that were ready to kind of put some hands on them. So I definitely have heard some stories like that of people not being able to drive off. The tires are flat and, you know, just damaged property, damaged people. All right. So the burning season says rumors are the lead guy learned that technique. Come on, burning season. How are you doing me like this? So you said he learned the lead and bass technique from MoneyBass. Oh my goodness. All right, let's see. Shout out to Ken. He says 2 different tournaments I turned guys in that had baskets of fish tied to a dock. Oh my goodness. Oh man. How do you come back from something like that? How do you come back from something like that? And what do you guys think about people that are accepting whenever something like this happens? And what I'll do is change the poll question once again. Just make sure you guys are watching the polls. The polls are basically here for us to gauge the room, to see who is in attendance and what you guys think about the topic. So I'll go ahead and change it up now. Should tournament cheaters serve more than 1 year? We have 22% of you are saying no, they should not serve more than 1 year. And like I said, that was just kind of a blanket statement. They're not saying like if it's over 100,000 or what the amount is. Tournament fishing just isn't something where someone should be in jail for over a year. All right, so now let's drop that one down. Let's pull up another one. Let's make this one interesting. All right, so Ken said 2 different tournaments I turned guys in that had baskets of fish tied to a dock. All right, so let's see. Let's start this next one. So now think about this. If someone is out here intentionally cheating, like we have, putting weights in fish, taking fish that they have previously put in a basket and now going back, retrieving those fish and taking them to a weigh-in, should they get a second chance, whether it be after 1 year, 5 years, 10 years, should they get a second chance at any point? So should cheaters, and let's put in quote in parentheses, weights and fish / cages. So if this is what they have been caught doing, should they receive a second chance at any time? All right. And once again, we'll keep it nice and simple, guys. Make sure you continue to participate in the chat. And also anybody just tuning in, make sure you hit the like button on the way in, guys. It really does help out the channel. All right, so that poll is now up and running. I think this is going to be another interesting one, guys. So make sure you participate in these polls, and I'll continue going through the chat as we wait for some responses to those polls. Let me drop this call-in link again. So if anybody, you know, especially if you have a YouTube channel, like I said, make sure you hit the call-in link out and make sure your lighting is good, your camera is on. I will pull you up, let you voice your opinion on the topic, and I'll drop you down after a minute or two and let somebody else come up and speak. But it is a good way, you know, to let people see who you are. And, you know, I can give you a shout out for your channel too. All right, so let's see. So that poll is up and running, guys. So make sure you participate in that. All right, so let's see. What does the burning season have to say now? He says, Ken, if you get the fish to bite in the basket, what's the problem? Oh, my goodness. Oh, the burning season. You have some good ones. That was a good one. So if the fish are in a basket, oh man, hold on just a second. Now that actually brings up another situation whenever we talked about this several months ago. Does anyone remember the person that was putting fish in a big 50-gallon barrel? It was like a big plastic barrel, and they had put a bunch of nice sized fish in that barrel, and they had it under a dock. So what the person was doing is they were able to flip a jig and go down through whatever covering he had in that barrel that was preventing the fish from being able to swim out, but he could set the hook and get those fish out of there. He was pitching into this barrel, hooking those fish, and now he was catching those fish, but they just happened to be in a barrel that he was keeping them in. Did anyone else hear about that story? But the burning season says, hey, Ken, if you can get the fish bite after you put them in the basket, what's the problem? What's the problem? All right, shout out to Stephen. Really appreciate you for tuning in. What is going on? Nice to see you. All right, let's see. Let's see what else we have. We have Ken said, let's see. No, they had a lock on the baskets. Wow. Okay, they had a lock on the basket. The homeowner found one of the baskets, reported it to me, and I contacted the director who in turn was hiding at the dock and caught them. Man, okay, so what happened to the guys? So these were some fish in basket guys that Ken was involved with catching. All right, wow. All right, so we have 1,000 yards checking in with the 308. Okay, we have a sharpshooter checking in. Says, no, they don't take it seriously. Right. And so that's kind of what not only do we see, but their actions as far as what these people are, what they're initially not necessarily charged, but what the actual verdict is that they receive as punishment kind of shows that this isn't something that is taken seriously. And like I said, maybe it'll be a kind of a good you know, something for you guys to just try out. Anybody that you know that may not be into fishing, just let them know about how these guys are putting fish in baskets or putting lead weights in fish, and just see what their reaction is. Don't let them know whether you are, you know, upset about it or how you feel about it. Just see what their thoughts are about it. And I'm thinking that a lot of people would think that maybe it just sounds kind of funny because they don't really take tournament fishing as serious as a lot of us that are, you know, that are really into it. All right, let's see. We have Big Dog. What's going on, Big Dog? Glad you are checking into the live stream. All right, the burning season says cheaters serve a 5-year term at the local glory hole. All right. All right. The burning season has a plan for him. All right. Ken says, same here, burning season. I have no camera. All right. Yeah, guys, you got to be cammed up. It's a YouTube thing, guys. All right. So let's see. What else are you guys in here talking about? I see you guys are moving pretty quick in here. So what I'll do, let me just hop in here. And whenever I start getting behind, the members of the money team are the people that you see with the badges next to their name. So I'll go through and just kind of get caught up in the chat by reading those pretty quick. And, you know, once I get caught up, then I can start back pulling some of you guys, some of the other chat messages up. All right. So, yeah, it looks like we may not have any takers for the call-in link tonight. So let's see. Let me go ahead and drop that call-in link one more time, guys. All right. So let's see. Where's the money team at? Where is the money team? Okay, wait a minute. So Big Dog says there should be a public posting of cheaters that have been convicted. Okay, so once they have been convicted, a public posting. Sounds interesting. Yeah, I mean, some type of directory at a minimum to where people can, I would say, if there's an article, there's supporting information or anything linked to that situation, to where people just store that information. So once you click it, once you type in that person's name, it'll show anything that comes up related to the situation. So that way the tournament organization can make a suggestion themselves. Okay, the burning season has it. Okay, says make a cheater registry. So you have oh my goodness, a cheater registry. Oh man. Okay, but it sounds like that may be something that is needed, because the main thing about this, guys, is we are a self-policing sport, a self-policing industry when it comes to this. And how are you going to have a criminal self-police themselves? They're going to use their criminal rules and criminal guidelines that they will. I don't even know if that's called policing at that point. What would that be called if the criminal is overseeing themselves and they're cheating? What would that be called, guys? All right, let's see what else we have. All right, let me see. We have Amazing Acre says make them pay 10 times the amount of the lifetime prize earnings. Wow, including value of 1 boat, and serve 6 months in the pen. Wow, 10 times. So if it is a $100,000 payout, you are saying they now owe $1 million. $1 million. Oh my goodness. All right, Big Ivy. Let's see what Big Ivy has to say. Shout out to the money team. He says they need to just make the DNR record that they cheated, and they can't get a license. And when they do, okay, it'll pop up showing that they have already been caught cheating. So yeah, so basically what happens already is their license, they can't get a license for a certain amount of time, depending on what the judge, gives them as their sentence for the felony in a lot of cases. All right, so let's see. Shout out to Delta Bass. Says hit the like button on the way in. Good evening, fishing friends. All right, what's going on? Shout out to Delta Bass. Let's see, how are we looking on the likes, guys? Oh, you're taking care of me on the likes. Yeah, the likes are kind of ugly. Come on, shout out to Delta Bass. Can I get about 6 or 7 more likes? It really does help the channel out, like I said earlier. All right, so now let's see. Let's take a look at the poll that we just put up. So the last poll that we put up was, should cheaters, we're talking about the most egregious of the cheaters, the ones that are out there putting weights inside of these fish, or just putting fish in cages and going back and retrieving them later, should they receive a second chance? We have 9% of people that are saying yes. 9% are saying yes, they should receive a second chance. And so keep this in mind. If one of the 9% that are saying yes are the ones that are actually running or in a position within that tournament organization that feels they should have a second chance, you will now have some of the past offenders competing in the same tournament that you're in. So that's kind of why I wanted to put the number actually just went up. So we're looking at 12% are saying, yeah, give them a second chance. You know, let them try to steal your money again. Let them come back and try it again. Let them self-police themselves out here again. Think about how hard it is to actually catch someone in these situations. These people are actually caught by someone visually seeing them, like the situation with the basket. It just happened to be a dock owner noticed something that was wrong. But a lot of times, you guys know, when we're out there fishing, it's at a time where those property owners may still be in bed, or they may be at work. So a lot of times people are not going to, there's not going to be a lot of people that can catch these cheaters. It just has to be an extreme situation where someone just happened to be there. Like someone just happened to be out in the woods, walking a trail or something like that, and see someone that kind of looks like they're doing something shady. And on top of that, that person that sees them has to even know about tournament fishing to begin with. So that chance is so small when these guys are finally getting caught, guys. Just think of what is going on that is not being caught. How do you actually police that? And keep in mind, there's a lot of people that do not even care. They'll still fish the tournaments anyway. They're like, we'll let karma get them. Or, you know, it is what it is. You know, I'll just catch more fish. I'll do better than the cheater. But how do you necessarily do that when somebody has four 4-pounders and a 5-pounder stuffed in a basket someplace? Makes it kind of tough, guys. All right, so shout out to Don. Don says the burning season. That's a good idea. A registry. All right. That's a good one. All right. So let's see. What does the burning season say? It says new poll question: should cheaters have to serve a 5-year term at the glory hole? Oh goodness. All right. So you guys can answer that one in the chat. How about that? How about that burning season? All right. So let's see. What does Janoy say? The cheater could easily destroy some guy's life or career that was on his last chance in the pros or something. Right. Yeah. So what could happen is that cheater could actually gain a position that they did not earn, which would bump someone out that may be just at that cutoff line to where they could have made it into an elite series or to a higher level. And now that person just isn't able to carry on professionally or financially or whatever it may be because of that cheater. So a lot of people can be affected by that. So I think that is the sentiment of what is being said there. All right, so Big Dog says if the thief gets caught and serves the sentence, they have repaid their debt and it shouldn't be publicly displayed. What do you guys think about that? All right, I like that. I like that as a poll question, Big Dog. I like that one as a poll question. So let's go ahead and change that. I mean, let's change this poll and we will put that one up there to see if people agree with that. So once they serve their time and they have completed their sentence, should they be allowed back? They've already paid their debt, is what Big Dog is saying. But have they really paid their debt? Because in the previous statement, Janoy says, what if they bumped somebody out of that position that is now out of tournament fishing altogether because this was their last chance? This was their last bit of financial funding that they had to compete. And they gave it everything they got. They got so close. They were sitting in 50th place. Then when this cheater came up and weighed their fish, boom, they got put in that 51st place. And now they are done. How is that person? Let's see. What did Big Dog say? How is that person repaid? How did that person get repaid? Because now their career, let's see. Janoy says that is the last chance for them making the pros. So now they have to go back and start working at Walmart. How did they get repaid, Big Dog? All right, so let's see. Let's change that poll question. So should cheaters receive a second chance? We have 11% of you are saying yes, they should receive a second chance. And it appears that Big Dog may be part of that 11%. That's what I'm thinking. All right, so now let's change this up. All right, so this next poll, Big Dog says, if the thief gets caught and serves their sentence, they have repaid their debt and it shouldn't be publicly displayed. So they have repaid their debt. So how should I word that one, Big Dog? How should I word that one? Because I want to know, do people think that person, just because they have that sentence, have they repaid their debt? if a cheater serves their sentence and pays the fine, have they, how did you put it, repaid their debt? And this is going to be to those anglers or to that organization. Because those fines and those fees that they pay, I do not believe that is distributed equally amongst the anglers. And the time that they have served does not make those anglers whole. All right. To an organization. All right. So we will go with a yes. Always keep it simple, guys. And we will go with a no. And let's see what I have done. I think I made my question a little too long. All right, just bear with me, guys. Like I said, this is a live show. And here we go. All right, so that poll question is up and running. And I see we have somebody that has hit the live link. This is a, not necessarily someone that the channel does not know. So, of course, I make an exception because you guys have seen this person here before. Want to give a big shout out to, we have CT checking in. Always have a few things to say. This will be kind of interesting. So what are your thoughts on this situation here?
Oh my goodness. As you know, my channel was built covering cheaters and rule breakers of all shapes and sizes and forms and rules.
Right.
And now to keep in mind, most of the criminal charges in most states of contest fraud fall under the form of what am I looking for? Of theft by deception. Okay. Now, in most of these cases, like the one premiered here tonight, about the Sealy Big Bass tournament.
Right.
There is no prize money ever awarded. So therefore, there is no civil restitution to go back to anglers in most cases. Not in all cases, in most cases.
Okay.
Like in the case of the walleye cheaters, right? They know for sure they had them once. And they're pretty sure they did it in at least one other case, maybe two. Now, Here's the trick. They were never charged for that. They can't prove that. They've got some very sketchy video that kind of leans that direction, and that's about it. Now, with that said, if they were ever to prove that after the fact, there would be civil restitution tied to it. Much like my days of busting shoplifters, there would always be the civil restitution where you have to pay back to that organization whatever amount of money was taken. Now, at that point, it's up to the organization then to distribute it accordingly, whether it's back to anglers or what have you. That's where it gets sticky. Okay. Now, remember when I did my video series on Strationer, Josh Strationer, who was fishing without a fishing license over several events. Everybody said, "Oh, he shouldn't lose his career over one time, just not having a license. That's stupid, yada, yada, yada." Well, I'm with Big Dog down in the chat. And Big Dog and I both are the same team of, you need to check the dadgum license. And both Bass and MLF are supposed to be doing that. Okay. But they're not. Now, so how Strationer got caught was, he went to buy a license in Texas. Texas has their the wildlife violator compact digitized. It's actually in the computer system database when you go to buy a license. So it popped up that he was banned from having a license in South Dakota.
Okay. Texas
follows the same rules as South Dakota in the compact. So what they say is, okay, whatever, if you get let's say you keep an undersized bass on the lure, okay, you get busted. And then you go fish with a buddy in Texas and you go get that fishing license. Whatever punishment Georgia gave you is what Texas is going to adhere to. Okay.
All right.
So let's say Georgia says you can't have a fishing license for 3 months. If you're still in that 3-month period, Texas is going to say no. If Georgia says they take it away from you for a year, Texas isn't going to let you buy one. But not all states have it digitized, and not all states play by the exact same rules.
Right. Yeah. So that's one of the issues. But let me ask you this. So I heard you say that you and Big Dog are in the chat. Y'all are agreeing on things.
Mhm.
All right. So what do you think about this? He says, let me see. If the thief gets caught and serves the sentence, they have repaid their debt and shouldn't be publicly displayed. Do you agree or disagree with that?
I love you, Big Dog, but I disagree. And the only reason I say that is this: a thief is a thief is a thief. Okay, and there's two things that are guaranteed with every shoplifting bust, and they're civil restitution and permanent trespass. You can guarantee that anytime, any place. If you're busted, you're going to be handed two papers, one saying you owe us X amount of money for what you did, and we can take you to civil court and retrieve it if we need to. And the other one says you're not allowed at any of our locations ever again for the rest of your life. You come in, you're immediately arrested because we're going to destroy. And we take pictures of the people, like literally.
Right.
And so it's like, so now, do I agree that I agree with Big Dog partially, like have they repaid their debt technically to society when they fulfill their fine or their sentence or whatnot? Yes. However, repaying the debt to society does not mean that they're allowed back in tournaments.
Gotcha.
That's different. That's completely up to the tournament director. Because, you know, getting you a slap on your hand and you kick in the butt for breaking law is one thing, but it doesn't mean they're going to welcome you back with open arms. They shouldn't.
Right. All right. Well, I'm glad you came up. That was some interesting information, guys. Big shout out to CT. I know you put out some information on this topic. So make sure you guys go and check out CT over on his channel. He has some great information that goes a little bit deeper into this topic, guys.
Hey, I appreciate you real quick. Can we do something real quick?
What you got?
There's a nice lady listening to this in the hospital right now.
All right.
Can we give a shout out to Eat Squawk?
Uh-oh, what is going on? Big shout out to Eat Squawk. I was wondering why I did not see any messages in the chat yet. Okay.
Yeah, Eat Squawk is she had a really bad exacerbation of her MS. Had a really bad MS flare on Saturday.
Okay.
And EMS had to come pick her up, and she's been hospitalized. Balance issues, speech issues, bad vision issues, and so she is listening from her room in the hospital right now. And just want to give a lot of shout out and love to Eat Squawk.
Definitely.
And yeah, it's rough. She's having it rough right now. But I would have been here sooner tonight, but I finally crashed. I've been up for like 36 hours. I finally crashed.
Gotcha. Okay.
So,
Well, yeah, definitely big shout out to Eat Squawk, guys. You never know what trials and tribulations people are going through out there. So we try to, show some compassion and bring these topics, just to kind of share thoughts and opinions and a little bit more, as you can see, whenever we're out here on the water. So it's always a blessing to be able to do what we can do.
Absolutely. Well, I appreciate you, brother, and I appreciate you, chat. We'll catch you on the flip side.
All right. Big shout out to CT, guys. Really appreciate you for tuning in. All right. So yeah, guys. So all right. So that poll question, that was a pretty good one, Big Dog. I like that one. So he says if a thief gets caught and serves their sentence, they have repaid their debt and it should not be publicly displayed. All right. So that was the poll question. If a cheater serves their sentence and pays the fine, have they repaid their debt to the anglers, to the organization? And we have 83% are saying no. And we're having 17% are saying yes, that let those felons back in here to participate in these tournaments. All right. So now, Big Dog, that being said, should the tournament organization, if they agree with what you're saying, should they let the other anglers and the participants know Like, yes, we give second chances to cheaters. Is that fair? Would that be fair, or would that be kind of deceitful if they allow that but do not inform the other anglers? What do you think? What do you guys think? But I have a kind of feeling that the poll will kind of come out the same on that. But if a cheater serves their sentence and pays the fine, have they repaid their debt to the anglers? We have 83% are saying no, but 17% are saying yes. And even though that is unbalanced, I want you guys to keep in mind, if those 17%, any of those 17% are people that are saying, yes, we give second chances to cheaters, when you see the overwhelming sentiment for people is like, they do not want people that have done that thing in a self-policing sport. Remember, that is what sets this apart from a lot of other sports. This is self-policing. We're not riding around with marshals out there. Should have they repaid their debt? 17% saying yes. Some of those 17% may actually be on the boards or be in a position in these organizations that are accepting and that are allowing them to come back. So that is what I would put out there is, should those 17%, would it be fair to those other anglers that do not want that to now not provide that information to them so that they can make a clear decision? Wait a minute. Hold on just a second. I have someone in the backstage. What is this? The Hawk. Oh my God. I told him you might be coming on here. Now first, before you come in here and cause problems on my live stream, what do you think about the topic? And then we have something else that we're going to tell the people about. So what do you think on the topic before you come in here disrupting stuff?
It's tough. It's tough question.
It's a tough. Okay.
You made a statement. Okay, so I'll tell you this. While I was in the background waiting, you made a statement that may have slightly changed my initial thought.
As I always do.
My initial thought was, I agree with Big Dog. I'm like, man,
okay.
If somebody you commit a crime, you do the time. After the time is served, then you come back into society, right? And you can come back into this now. But that being the case, you gotta make sure the time that is done is appropriate and is impactful. Okay, and it has to increase. If you get caught a second time, then it may be a lifetime ban.
All right.
The first time it may be a year, or something like that. And then you have to pay some restitution. But but then if you allow somebody back in, then at that point, if they do it again, then yeah, you can say it's a lifetime ban and you're just done with it. But the one thing you did say, which, well, I don't know. I'm kind of, when you said this is a self-policing sport, right? But life is self-policing for the most part, right? You out there, you do things, and I mean, if it's the same kind of thing, right? You get caught, you get caught. But if you don't get caught, then
so those people, those people that run around on the court with those black and white striped suits and the whistle in their mouth.
That's what about them? They don't catch everybody. And trust me, I'm a Saints fan. They don't catch everybody. And I'm still hot about that.
Well, you're talking about not catching everybody. You're talking about not catching everybody versus a sport where there's not even anybody there to catch anyone at all, period. So that being said, you're saying that depending on the sentence and everything, they basically should get a second chance, right?
I'm saying
so listen. Mm-hmm. Chester just did his time, 18 years. And Chester is applying at Daddy Daycare that you just opened up. You gonna let him come in here and watch your fans' kids? He did his
okay.
time. He paid his fines.
Well, okay, but then it depends on what is
By
the
himself. He is self-policing. Out
no,
here while
no, no.
they playing hide and seek, and
No,
he's self-policing.
the thing is what is okay. That's where I'm saying the punishment has to be appropriate.
Okay, he did his punishment.
No, but I'm just saying. So I may argue that the punishment, it depends on what you've done. So, for example, give me an example of someone like y'all were talking about somebody that didn't have a license, right?
Okay,
That didn't have a fishing license. Is that
okay?
Lifetime? Is that really a lifetime ban?
Is it a lifetime ban?
Yeah.
It depends on how technical you get with it, because like someone just mentioned, it could be a lifetime ban if that was that person's last bit of finances, last chance, and now because of that they cannot compete in half the season or that whole season and have to come back the next year, but they were relying on that season in order for them to be able to compete at all in the future. So in that sense it could be, but technically the way that you would just look at it on the surface, it wouldn't be a lifetime ban, because if you just got caught without a license, then depending on what that state says, it could be a year, 2 years, or something like that, where you may not be able to get a license in any state, but you can still come back.
And that's I'm saying, but
if you look at the levels, the different levels, someone like Chester is very egregious in the worst things that you can do to young people, right? What that is very so what is the worst thing that you can do in tournaments? What is the worst thing that you could do?
Worst thing that you can do
in a self-policing sport of tournaments
is basically like the wildlife guys did, putting weights inside fish.
And what else? While you're thinking about that, the burning season, what is going on? Oh goodness!
Hey man, I just brush them, man. I just brush them.
All right, so yeah, so what do you think? So you said putting weights in fish is so. Would you say that dealing with young people, that is the most, you already agreed that is the most agreed.
Yeah,
okay, so now the equivalent to that in tournament fishing is what you just said. That's one of them.
Okay,
the other one is fishing baskets. So if you do the most egregious thing that can be done in any industry, why should you ever be allowed back under any circumstance?
And I agree, and that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. I'm saying that may be the penalty for that act. Okay, but there's other acts you can do that are illegal that may not be lifetime bans.
Right. So we're not talking about all those. We have said specifically the ones that we're talking about.
Oh,
right.
Okay. So yeah, now if you putting weights in fish, you know, that is, I think that is a lifetime ban.
Okay, so that means you don't agree with what Big Dog said, because Big Dog said that if they pay their fines and do their time, they can come back. Period. You're throwing an exception in there, and that exception is what everybody else is referring to. They're referring to that exception that you're allowing. So that exception basically says you do not agree with that statement.
Yeah, it would be tough to let.
Would you let them listen? Would you let them fish your tournament organization? You have Chicken Hawks Small Dink Fest coming up. Are you gonna let them?
Oh, you want me to throw a tournament so you can win? That's what. Okay, I got you. I can run with that. Go ahead.
So Chicken Hawk Small Dink Fest is coming up, and you know that this person, you have 5 people. They have all done their time and paid for their crime. They paid their fines and done their time. Are you going to allow them to fish in your tournament?
Hmm.
All right, hold on. Let's change this poll question. Before he even answers, you have already seen his answer, chat. Now, what we're going to do is put this next poll question up. Who would fish Chicken Hawks tournament? Will you fish Chicken Hawks tournament? What do you think they're going to say?
Yeah.
Oh goodness!
You know,
Hold on.
you want to
Let me
beat
get.
somebody? Hey, you want to beat somebody? You got to rock with somebody. Remember that.
This is gonna be a good one. All right. So hold on. Just bear with me, chat. All right. So that question is in there. So we're gonna have a yes. I'll fish with the with the cheaters.
Why you gotta call us a cheat? It's not the cheaters.
Oh, the ex-cheaters. Right? That's a fair way to put it, right?
You got to put some safeguards in effect. I mean, so I guess it's really how
you cannot. So you're saying you're gonna have them back and treat them different than what you're gonna treat everybody else? You're not gonna just let them come back and
they gotta be on parole for a little. I mean, they're on parole for a little while now.
All right, so here we go. I mean, but they already did their time and paid
What
their time.
people do their time.
Right.
People do
so
their
that
time.
so that poll is up. Would you fish Chicken Hawks tournament? Yes, I'll fish with ex-cheaters, and no. Those are the two options. Go ahead and vote on your own poll. Go ahead and vote on it. Oh my goodness. Oh. All right, come on, guys. Get active on that one. I want to see what you guys have to say. Look at the burning season says, I'd fish the Hawks tournament, but I'm removing all the weights from his boats prior to blast off.
Hey, I'm good. Hey, baby, I'm catching real weight. I'm catching real weight.
I need to
As
see.
MoneyBass, you probably got to remove all the weights from his boat. Them little dinky dinks he come in there. He'll come in there with an 11-inch fish talking about his 5 pounds.
Man, listen, you know what? All this talking you've been doing, aren't you supposed to be meeting me on the lake?
Yeah. In fact, I'm not going to meet you there. I'm not going to meet you there. I'm going to beat you there.
Is it going to happen, or are you just going to keep on running?
Deal. Your demise is coming, and it's coming real soon. And I'm not holding back. I'm not holding back.
All right, I'm gonna drop.
I don't care if you beg me not to bring in them hogs. It's just save your breath, baby.
All right, so this is what we're gonna do, guys. I told you that I had him pinned down. So we're gonna meet on Logan Martin on June 8th and 9th. He's gonna have a second day to try to catch back up, to make him feel like he still has some hope. So that is the reason why we're gonna be out there for 2 days. It is going to be live and in action. So the members of the money team, what we are going to do, I'm going to have some behind the scenes lives while we're up there. Probably maybe have something with the with our pre-fishing. We may do something like that, but there'll probably be about 5 of us out there, guys, and we'll all be live. So you'll be able to watch all of us. The same way that you're interacting with us in the chat, we will have the chat going. We will actually be able to talk to each other. We'll be able to see what each other's doing. So if you see Chicken Hawk continually catching dinks and you want to suggest that he try a different bait and may actually have to walk him through how to fish that bait, you will be able to die. You can help Chicken Hawk all you want.
Hey, you know, because you know we tell them we doing our little Airbnb type thing.
Okay.
And the beautiful part about that is I was thinking about it. You know, because most people 5 people, but we'd have enough bathrooms. But I figure we don't really need that many bathrooms because I'm planning on beating the out of y'all on the lake. So ain't nobody gonna need to go to the bathrooms and me. You heard me? That's how I'm doing it. That's how I'm doing it.
The burning season likes your teeth, but says that you cannot fish. He says you are in Georgia. Be lucky to catch 1 fish. But actually, that's going to be Alabama. But wait a minute. Hold on. Wait a second. Burning season might be talking about me. You got to watch.
Exactly. He probably is talking about you.
I got to watch the burning season. All right. We got Pat talking about you know what the time. But yeah, guys. Make sure you mark it on your calendar
Hey,
on June 8th and 9th.
That know how I get out there.
And for the members of the money team, those are the members of the channel. I will do some lives that will be specifically for the members of the channel, where you'll see some of the behind the scenes activity. Mainly, it'll probably be the our pre-fishing on that Friday beforehand, so you can see why he is going to take the beating that he is going to take on Saturday, and then the prolonged beating on Sunday when you see him out there struggling to find stuff on Friday. So you'll be able to see the entire process. Let's see, what does the burning season say? I vote the Hawk for a co-host. Oh, the Hawk's gonna be out there on
I'm taking
June.
over this whole channel, so it don't really matter. After I beat them brakes off of you.
It is not gonna happen. But yeah, so okay, listen. So let's check your poll. Let's see who is going to fish. I can't believe it.
What?
Will you fish Chicken Hawks tournament? We have 38% says yes, I'll fish with ex-cheaters.
We rocking, baby.
It hurts. Oh my goodness. So is it 35% of you are saying yes, I'll fish Chicken Hawks tournament? He is going to allow the ex-cheaters to come and fish. We have 65% that says no. No, we are not doing that. Oh my goodness.
They probably catching dinks anyway, so that don't matter.
All right, somebody says, so Rick said, can the Hawk use live bait?
No, I don't need to use live bait. I don't need live bait.
Bring some live bait just in case.
You gonna swear when you see the size of the fish, you gonna swear I'm using live bait.
So, and this is another thing. Somebody wanted to know, why are you so set on Logan Martin? Because they're like, why not go to Chickamauga or something like that? Why do you want Logan Martin so bad? Tell the people what has happened in the past that makes you so set on Logan Martin is your lake, talking about it looks more swampy.
Hey man, because it matches my fishing strength. Because it does. It has a Louisiana kind of thing to it. Little bit of a Louisiana flair to it. When I get out, I turn into a beast. But you're gonna find out.
But I mean, what kind of, have you caught big fish there? I mean, you're saying because it looks like Louisiana water. And that's
Let me explain something to you. And I think I've explained this to you before. Wait, what was that? Who was that? Somebody put something down there? Okay, it's Livescope. Oh, I know Mako ain't talking.
I think Mako gonna come out there and stomp you out too.
Mako don't want none of this. Mako better watch out so that because I'm coming after you. Joe, it's like if somebody's driving down the road and you like standing out there, they coming full speed to you. And somebody steps out in the road, what you think gonna happen to them? They gonna get run through, and it's called innocent bystander.
So the example that you gave, is that because you saw what happened when the chicken tried to cross the road?
No, it ain't about that. Let me tell you something. Look, let me explain something to you. When I beat you, you do realize, and it's gonna be live. So that's the beauty of it. I'm bringing it all to an end in 1 week. You might as well put out there and say MoneyBass podcast or whatever you want to call it is ending June 9th. It's over. It's going to be under new management. I might keep you around for entertainment purposes only. That's what I might keep you around. I'll bring you up every now and then. That's what I do. Because see them little things you normally catch. That's not gonna give you what you need out here. This big fish lake, baby. This big fish lake. And in Mako, what?
Why are you saying it's a big fish? Do you remember the fish that you caught the last time?
Don't worry about the fish I caught. Don't worry about the
fish. 5 fish for 3.78 pounds.
I catch 5 fish for 3 points a pound. Let me explain something to you. This big fish lake and I know where them big fish live. That's all you need to know. But you're gonna see it in person. Then, I tell you what I might do for you. So that's Friday. So Saturday night, you'll be crying then. You'll be so far behind, you'll want to get closer. So you'll ask me. If you ask me nicely, I might tell you one tip on what you could throw to catch a fish. Because you come in there with zero, and this goes for Mako too. You come in with a zero, you might want to just hit I-20 east as quickly as possible. That's all I can say.
Oh my goodness!
Nice. I'm not pulling up.
Mako got a question.
What he got?
Do you think Hawk will make those noises like he was making in the last tournament?
I got some news. Don't worry about all that.
But I wonder, is he talking about when I stomped you out on Lake Lanier, or when I stomped you out on Neely Henry, or when I stomped you out on Gunnersville?
First off, on Neely Henry, I caught the biggest fish. So I don't know what you're talking about. Then on Lake Lanier,
hold on, a 1.8 ounce fish.
Hey, sir.
Do not use the word big with that fish, because that's
sir. Let me explain something to you. That was to teach you a lesson. It's like this: if you take a kindergartner, you can put a person in elementary up there, and they be like, "Man, that joker big." You see? But if you take somebody in junior high, that joker in elementary say, "Man, that joker is big." You just got to be one step over the other one to be big. You see what I'm saying? Now, if you would have caught a fish with some weight, which I knew you weren't, because you are the under 1 pound pimp. So I knew I only had to catch a little bit more of that just to have.
Hold on, wait a minute. You're saying all this, but you lost. You're saying all of this, but you lost.
Because I made a horrible I made a very bad miscalculation.
You're right, by accepting what you have just done again.
No, I actually passed by the spot I should have stopped at, but that's okay. But we're not worried about that. Look, none of that matters. What matters is
what matters with this?
What matters is come June 8th, I'm beating brakes off people. Now, just let me know how many breaks do I need to bring, because I want everybody to get home safely. That's all I need to know. I'm gonna beat them off for you. See, that's the kind side of me, man. You see, being like I'm a Saints fan, we all Saints. We try to help people and all that kind of stuff. That's what we do. So after I beat the brakes off of you, I'll put a new set on for you so you can go down the road and get home safely. Well, look, that's what I'll do for you. So all I know from you is how many sets do I need to bring.
We need to get some sponsors for this tournament that's coming up. So that's what we're gonna work on. We're gonna see who wants to sponsor this event. Sponsor the Chicken Hawk Beatdown. That's what we need to come up with a name for that one. But on June 8th and 9th, for the MoneyTeam members, make sure you guys tune in on June 7th, because you guys will get to see some of the behind the scenes stuff with the pre-fishing and things like that, so that it'll kind of be a prelude to what's going to happen to Chicken Hawk on that Saturday and Sunday.
Oh, please.
Oh, wait a minute. Mako says, what's your bait of... Hold on, wait a second. Mako said, what's your bait of choice for Logan Martin? Please tell.
Oh no, yeah, he already tried. Look, it ain't even Saturday yet. He already asking for some help. I can't help you right now, sir. I can't help you right now, sir. I'll help you on Saturday night. What I will do, if you all are nice to me, I may have a clinic on Saturday night. Kind of help. Give you a little something, give you a little tips. Give you little ideas what you might do. Help your game out. Help you come in with at least a fish. Because it's going to be embarrassing. You know how they say? It's going to be embarrassing for you to be on TV or on live for what, 8 hours? Do you know how long 8 hours is when you stand up there like this? Oh God, please, bite. Please, bite. You feel like heat on the back of your neck that you didn't want to look back at the camera because you know everybody's looking.
Right.
I'm just telling you.
Yeah, okay. So basically that answers your question. Somebody had asked the question about how did he feel on Neely Henry. He felt like heat was on his neck. And you feel like this thing is so long and the heat is on my neck. So
no, sir. Look, I caught the first fish on Neely Henry, the last fish, and the biggest fish.
All right, well, look. All right, guys, June 8th and 9th, Money Team members, I will be sending out a link for you guys so you'll be able to watch some behind the scenes stuff on that Friday. But look, we've been rolling for about an hour and a half. I was trying to keep this one to an hour tonight because I have some things I need to do. But look, I appreciate everybody for tuning in, and I appreciate Chicken Hawk for stepping through to let people know that he's about to catch a beat down. Wanted to go ahead and announce it to everybody. Uh-oh, hold on. What is happening? What is this? What is this?
Oh, he got the nerve to show up. Oh,
Lord. He came in flexing.
Hey, man.
I'm
explaining something to you, man.
Wait a minute. Before we do that, we have to stop the show. We have somebody that has put in, oh my God, that's a $50. Oh my goodness, guys. He has put $50 down on the beatdown fest that is going to take place on Lake Logan Martin.
There it is.
All right. So we have one sponsor in the works already. Big shout out to Joe Winkler, a very, very strong supporter of the channel. And he also runs his own tournament series, the iBass series. You guys can find that on YouTube. Make sure you drop the link to your information in the chat, Joe Winkler. But yeah, big shout out to Joe Winkler. Very, very strong supporter of the channel. And if you guys could drop Joe Winkler's name in the chat. Everybody, if you could, just drop Joe in the chat. All right, so we have $50 going towards the Logan Martin beatdown. All right, really appreciate that, Joe.
Let me explain something, Mako. Mako,
what's up, baby?
How's it going there, sir? I saw something a little disturbing. I mean, I saw you send a picture of you holding a big fish and this, that, and the other. Let me explain something to you might not be aware of. There's this thing called Friday fish. You know, Friday fish ain't a Saturday fish, okay? Or a Sunday fish. It's a Friday fish. So understand, the practice fish, they tend to not show up when it's prime time. That's just like, you know, I'm sure you play ball. Everybody's out on the court warming up, right? Everybody, the whole team, everybody out there warming up. But then when they blow the whistle, say the game start, all but 5 of them walk to the bench. Okay? So understand, that's what happens with practice fish. They all over the place. But when it's game time, the big fish that know how to handle things, and it takes them big anglers that know how to get them.
All right, so real quick, let's give a proper introduction. So this is Mako Mills, the shark, down below. So that's right, Mako Mills. You see him coming in repping that Phoenix. So Mako Mills is going to be beating Chicken Hawk on Logan Martin too. He says, I want some chicken. I want some chicken for lunch.
Actually, yeah, I do want some. I'm ready for the Hawk, man. Hawk, man, good to see you. First of all, Joe Winkler, thank you, man. That was awesome. But in terms of Hawk is concerned, Hawk, man, it's been a long time, man. It's been a long time. I love you.
I don't want you.
I love you.
Like a boy said, please don't take this ass personally. Okay? Just don't take it personally. But let me explain something to you.
The Golden Rod Bassmaster Club and all that. You gotta catch your boy Roy Hurst, the 21-pound he made, you know. But hey, man, I just had one question. I talked to Money about this. Logan Martin, bro. I mean, it's a good lake with 35 feet to 111 feet deep in some areas. But I mean, I haven't fished with you, 8-9 years ago for the first time, but we had some challenges, right? But at the same time, I want to go back too. So I have something to prove there too, man. So it's going to be a nice 2-day run.
Oh,
That's all I'm saying.
Nice.
New time, baby. That's all I'm saying. I'm not in here.
Let me explain something to you.
These nice boats and sell them. It's time to put it down, baby. I'm at Lanier having a good time right now. Putting time in.
You already coming out there with a little problem.
Uh-oh.
You calling yourself the shark.
Hold tight, man.
Shark will actually drown in fresh water. You understand?
Oh my God.
Shark have a hard time when it comes to fresh water.
Tell him, Mako, he don't know about them bull sharks then.
That is a part of my family. The bull sharks.
Hey, but a hog,
Water. Right.
a hog just swoop down, and just grab it and go. Grab it and go. Look at here. Look, I done ran money off.
Huh. Hey, tell me this, man. So do you use a lot of forward face, not Logan Martin? Have you been successful out there with that?
I haven't used it out there.
Okay.
But I will probably use a little bit of it just to find, because I know some spots. I just want to see if they're there. If they're there, I can turn it off and just go to fishing.
You do know the spots.
I know the spots.
That's
I know
okay.
the spots.
That's okay. But that's why I got electronics too, man. I'm on that thing hard.
Hey, man. Hey, let me tell you something. Electronics don't set no hook. Remember that. Electronics don't set no hook, baby.
I'll tell you this, man. It's been working good, man. I'm telling you. So I haven't fished it except with you years ago as a koi. So having a couple boats since then, though, man, I'm excited, man. I'm excited to see it, man. You know what? I'm not even handling animosity, man. I'm just gonna come in and have a good time with the guys, man, and may the best man win, man. I'm gonna keep it quiet. You know what I'm saying?
That's the best approach.
That's
the best approach.
Oh my God.
Expectations extremely low. See,
that doesn't work with Chicken Hawk, Mako. Chicken Hawk, he'll let you say all that, and then once he stomps you out, he'll keep on stomping. You cannot give Chicken Hawk no kind of.
So what's the biggest bag you caught out there? Like 15, 18 pounds?
I don't recall.
Yeah, okay. I gotta go to work, man. I gotta go to work. Okay.
But
I gotta go to work, huh?
So the real thing is, see, once you get out there, what's that?
Huh?
Okay.
I gotta go work. I don't know if that happens over there at that lake, but I know it.
Oh, it'll happen. You gonna catch a bunch of dicks.
So
you gonna catch a bunch of dicks.
You're gonna have a good time, man. I can't wait.
If that's what you throwing, you go catch
I just
a bunch
want to
of
have
dicks.
a little desk here, man. I was just going through the colors, man. Just a little glimmer.
Uh-oh.
Little fluke action.
Wait a minute. But listen, the problem is there's people that want to know, why is he choosing Logan Martin? We got Mask Off checking in. Uh-oh. He got the tats out and everything.
Oh my goodness.
Oh my God.
Mask Off, you ought to be coming out there with us.
That's what y'all missing.
I like
Talk
that.
to him, yeah.
Hey,
Uh-oh.
y'all throwing them fluke baits, man. Y'all got to throw them big boys.
I like
Hey,
that.
That look. See, MoneyBass can't throw nothing like that. That's bigger than the fish he catch. So how them
one of those
fish he catch gonna bite something like that? See, he don't know where them big ones at.
Well, what you know about that, boy?
Oh, you know I lied. You know I get
What you
jiggy
know
with
about
it.
that?
I always get jiggy with it, baby. I want to get jiggy with it on him. Heard me?
We need to see who's gonna donate to the Chicken Hawk Dink Fest pot. That's what because Chicken Hawk, I predict, is gonna have the smallest fish.
If you win, Hawk, I'm just confident. I'll give you $50 if you win.
What? Okay. So that's $100 I'm already going to win.
Just saying, I'm that confident that it's gonna be a good fight.
It's gonna
That's
be
what I'm
live, right?
Wait, hold on, wait a minute. So
Everybody heard it here.
So you said that if he beats you, you're just gonna give him $50.
I'm just saying, I'm that confident about that $50. And then, hey, I'm just saying, you hear it live here.
I mean, Chicken Hawk. I mean, you just gonna.
No, he's that confident.
Taking money, okay.
I got to talk some smack because we all have confidence, right? But you never know. Fishing, you never know, right? It may be a bad day.
Hey man, and let me tell you something now. It's a different kind of pressure on you with the camera on you.
Nah, I don't.
It's gonna be live.
Oh,
Yeah,
it's gonna be live.
I believe it. So that sound I was asking about, that sound you're making, that's like epic. When y'all fished that last tournament, it was like a loud breathing, exhaling sound. I mean, is that like some type of therapy they do for basketball? We need to assimilate to. I don't.
And listen. The thing about it is there were a lot of people commenting and asking, "Is Chicken Hawk okay? Why is he breathing? Why is his breathing like that?"
Yeah.
And if anybody in the chat wants to know what we're talking about, just search MoneyBass, Chicken Hawk, Neely Henry. So this last one that we had was on the last one we had was on Lanier, but before that we had one on Neely Henry, where people were concerned about his head. I was beating him down so bad the man was losing his breath. he was having some problems. The chat was nervous. They was like, "Is Chicken Hawk okay? Somebody needs to go and check on him. His breathing is not right."
Yeah, I actually thought he was something's wrong.
Y'all, hey, you gonna swear something wrong this in 2 weeks too. You gonna swear something wrong. Trust me.
So Hawk, let me ask you this, man. So
you gonna be looking at your phone like, "Hey, what's wrong with this? They might take it back. The bad pro guy said it's supposed to do something different. Why don't work?"
So listen. This is the thing. So anybody that is just tuning in, on June 7th, we're going to have the pre-fishing that will be live for the members of the money team. So the members of the channel, those are the people that you see that have the badge next to their name. Those will be the people that will be able to see some of the behind the scenes pre-fishing stuff. And that will kind of let you have a preliminary view into what is going to happen to Chicken Hawk on that Saturday. And then on the 8th and 9th, it's going to be a 2-day event that's going on. So that second day is just to kind of give him hope. Give him hope that he can actually try to come back and make some ground, which isn't going to happen. But yeah, so June 7th, 8th, and 9th, guys, make sure you mark that on your calendar. We will be live. So what you're hearing now, we will be on Logan Martin, guys. So what did Mask Off, Mr. Pat, what did you have to say to the people? I know you had a question for Chicken Hawk.
Oh no, I just want to show y'all what y'all need to be throwing. That's all.
Oh, okay.
You throw them big girl weights, them big swim baits. You gotta get in the gym for those. They ain't for the ordinary man.
That's right, man.
That's why I said you need to bring that out for them. They lightweight. They lightweight.
Lightweight. Okay.
They scared to throw something like that. They want to put it in their boat. They want to let me tell you something, man. Let me tell you something. I'm going for the jugular.
Oh, okay.
If your heart is shaky, you might not want to show up.
What about your lungs? Now. What about your lungs?
Hey, don't you worry about it. Let me tell you something. I'm giving y'all the opportunity right now to back out. How you out back out?
Last chance.
Last chance.
Man.
Like old boy say, like my boy Keith Frey say, if I was you, I'd hate me too. That's what I'm trying to tell you, baby.
Ron, we might have to go to pot to $100, man. The way he talking,
y'all might have to get on the same boat.
Oh well,
y'all fishing for pink slips.
I mean, man, I'm gonna have them in the same boat on the same chair in the front. One chair in the front, they gonna be leaning on the chair. Try.
The Louisiana music in the background, I love it.
Zydeco.
So, Hawk, the next tournament, let me pick the lake next time.
Oh, so
do
you
that.
conceding this one? Okay.
No, I'm just saying,
What-
just to show you, I'm a good recipient to play, right? So I'm gonna play ball with you, right? So
Okay.
Chickamauga. Actually, let's do this. Chickamauga is 3. Lanier definitely. That's a nice leg, big leg.
He's not gonna come to Lanier.
There's a lot of tournaments.
Just ask him real quick about Lanier and watch how fast
So
he comes up with an excuse for that. Okay, watch this.
Or here we go. We'll do Lake Hartwell. Lake Hartwell.
Well, listen
Oh,
real
that's a good
quick.
one.
Chicken Hawk, what do you
Yeah.
think about doing one at Lake Lanier?
I can do Lake Lanier.
Oh, okay. All right. So that's it then. All right. What else, Mako?
He
Lake
said
Murray.
Chickamauga
Lake Lanier, or yeah, we'll do Hartwell.
and do Chickamauga. I see. Stop! Don't run from the big fish lake.
So you want the big fish lakes?
Yeah, I live in Alabama now. I'm used to big fish, so
okay.
that needs to stop running from them big fish lakes now.
We catch big spotted bass up here though, man.
Okay, well, I mean, hey, we gonna see.
We
You catch them in the game, but do you catch them in practice? See, I'm like, AI, baby. I don't go to practice. I don't need to practice. We gonna talk about practice? Let's talk about the game, baby. That's what I'm trying to do.
Okay. He's pretty confident, money.
Oh, yeah.
Hey,
So
man.
did you ask him what the pot was? What are we fishing for? Go ahead and
Oh,
ask
yeah,
him.
what is
Mako, 'cause
it?
Yeah.
I just offered $50. If he wins, I offer $50. If he wins,
That's a side pot for $50.
Yeah,
So
so
$50 pot don't make me nothing.
I'm just saying. I mean, I'll throw that in. I'm not confident that he will not win the tournament.
Somebody said the heaviest fish for both days, $25.
That was Joe Winkler, I think.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I saw that.
Yeah, but
Okay.
either way, man,
I might throw in my side pot again for any fish over 5 pounds. He's
Oh, wait a minute. Shout out to CT. Shout out to CT. We still have a $50 bonus from was it Catch Outdoor? CT, put that in there for the jack slap. So I have those jack slaps. It's that a blade.
Oh
bait.
man, that was months ago. That's expired.
Nobody went. Look, those funds are still sitting there. Nobody ever went for it. So that'll be there.
Oh, he
too.
already donated it.
Yeah. So there's $50 sitting in a pot for the jack slap. So the guys will get jack slaps too.
I made
Damn,
that bet on
I
Lanier for
got
5
all this
pounds.
money. I'm gonna feel.
If y'all fishing on the big boy lake, it might have to be a 6-pounder.
But Logan Martin.
Oh, wait a minute. He said,
Yeah.
"Oh, you know what? Actually, the $50 were for a Kotek bait. The $50 were for Kotek. That's right.
Somebody had the jack slap pot in there too, though.
Well, the jack slap was from Catch Outdoors. I don't know if that one's still there, but that was for
Oh,
like
okay.
a tackle. That was a tackle package. So
Oh,
the Kotek money is the $50. So yeah, I'll go ahead and get that one out of the way. I'll go ahead and get me some Koteks and
So, money, real quick. Let me ask the Hawk a question. Hawk, do you fish offshore at all at Logan Martin? Or you fish the bank most of the time?
No, I fish offshore.
Okay.
I fish where
Hold on.
the big fish live.
What's considered offshore?
I'm talking about like 20 and 30 feet deep type of water, like way out around, like if you might have some certain channels, some blowdowns, and some areas like saddles and some humps.
The second part to that is you're asking him, does he fish offshore? He fishes everywhere, but does he catch fish? Because I think that's what you were really wanting to know. Does he catch them? Because he fishes everywhere. You'll see Chicken Hawk fishing.
I'm not as familiar with the lake. That's why I was asking. So I'm just going to go off of my own GP. So
you'll see him fishing boat docks, waterfalls. He'll fish wakes from boats. He'll fish behind jet skis.
If a big fish there, I knock on the door. That's what I'm trying to tell you. That's how I roll. So don't you worry about it. Long as when I come in, I got that bag.
Okay.
That's all that matters. No matter where I fish. It don't matter where I fish to the toilet. It just really don't matter. When I come in with that bag, I just want to get that other bag. Okay? That's all I'm saying.
So you got forward facing pretty much on lock right now, right?
I don't really need forward facing. You know, I got the natural skills, man.
So, right, what kind of weight you thinking bringing in?
What do I
What
think is
we
going to
talking?
win? Like for
beat these guys?
For both days.
To beat these guys, it may take It really is. It'll be a light day. It may take about 11 pounds to beat these guys.
Damn,
11 pounds a day.
11 pounds?
I mean, y'all. I mean, is that too much? Should be 8. Should I say 8? I was saying 8. I was just trying to be.
Listen,
Buddy,
I will tell you guys this: Chicken Hawk's 2-day weight is not going to be 11 pounds. I can tell y'all.
Is that a side bet?
It's not going to be 11 pounds.
Hey, mask off.
And that will be even if he has 5 fish.
I operate by the code of how, you know, when you get invited to somewhere, you always tell them, what is it, +1, +2, whatever, right? That's how I do my weight. That's how I keep them coming back. It's just whatever they got +1. That's all that matters.
Oh,
long as I got 1 more pound than you, it don't matter what my weight is. If you got 3, I got 4. Okay. In fact, I might let y'all weigh y'all fish first. And then when I pull my fish out, I throw 3 of them back in the water before I even weigh them. Just say, give me them 2 to take that.
You're just gonna wait just enough to beat them.
That's how I'm
doing. Money, we're not bringing them in, right? We're using a Bubba scale, right?
Yeah. So yeah, everybody will have a Bubba scale, and we'll weigh them live and release them.
Right.
Watch your thumb now. Watch your thumb.
Okay.
Don't want that thumb action. Don't give.
All right, hold on. Wait a
second.
second. Real quick. Look, I got somebody that I'm gonna bring up real quick because I'm about to log off, guys. But hold on. Who is this right here? You guys see who this is?
See, gentlemen. I had to get in here just for the clout. I just wanted to be amongst this panel right here. The legends we got up here right now. My goodness. And Mako, all this time we've been chatting online and you never told me you had a voice for radio. Why aren't you podcasting, my man? My gosh. I was like, dang, come. But anyway, I just had to get on here long enough just to rub shoulders. The $50 thing is.
I may hire Mako when I take over this channel.
Oh my gosh. See, that's wrong right there.
Because we're gonna change up the intro. I don't like the intro. I'm gonna change it up.
So let me ask you then, how are you gonna grow all them arms so you can slap all those fish out of everybody's hands in? you're gonna need more than 2 hands like Rick James, because you gotta give them fishes 4 thumbs down. So you're gonna have to grow this pair.
How's somebody gonna backboat you from the front? I won't be dealing with that.
You're a gentleman and a scholar, man. Always I need to meet you. You've been a great guy on the show.
CT's gone. I guess CT dropped in to say what he had to say and jetted.
I got to see him one day, Ron. He's a great guy.
Hey, man, when we went to Loc-R-Bar one year, I caught big fish, 4 pounds. So that's the minimum.
So Pat, let me ask you this honest question, because the hog is kind of in another world right now, but just curious. So in your years of fishing that lake, man, what's been an average bag? Like, I mean, I'm just saying, like, weight that brings in per day. I don't know.
I only been there about three times. So me and Hawk went there just fun fishing.
What's a good bag? What's a good doable bag to beat this guy up there?
I think you can't bring in no less than 15.
For one day?
Yeah.
Really?
Wait a minute. You talking about the beat chicken?
Don't talk to him. Don't talk to him. Don't worry about it. Don't tell him nothing.
Hold on.
I'm just saying.
Are you
saying that is my expectation?
But I'm just making sure I'm understanding. You're saying that it's going to take 15 pounds for one day to beat Chicken Hawk.
Whoever wins is bringing in at least 15 pounds.
So 30 pounds for 2 days at least.
That sounds good.
Okay.
That sounds good.
Okay.
I got to put the pressure on him. You aim for the stars. You don't land on the
heard them. You heard the mask off. See,
I'm trying to keep the drop shot out of his hand, man.
They need.
I know he got the swim baits.
Look, they need to eat some lettuce, eat something light. You don't want you when that pressure, you don't want you out there catching bubble gut and it's all over. And he all over things. You got Pepto-Bismol all over the damn.
Don't even bring that up. Do y'all know Chicken Hawk actually keep Pepto-Bismol in his boat? And he has had to use it on at least 2 of our challenges when he be like, oh, MoneyBass, my stomach don't feel right.
I don't feel good.
Oh man.
So
That's what
I
it's gonna
ain't
be.
know that.
Hey, I'm
Bro.
gonna beat it off of them. I'm gonna beat them like they stole something.
okay, it's on, man. It's on. I can't
15
wait.
pounds, man.
15 pounds. That's a lot of weight for
That's
that.
what I need y'all to aim for, man.
Listen, Chicken Hawk is not going to have 11 pounds for 2 days.
For 2 days?
For 2 days, he is not going to have 11 pounds.
So how many pounds you think you gonna have? Big money bass fishing.
The money. Wait, buddy. So he picked the lake. He says he knows the lake. He fishes.
He said it's swampy. He said that he from Gatorville, so he said the water's swampy. It reminds him of home.
So from what he's saying, he's got the advantage off the rip, though. So it'll be messed up if somebody else that don't fish that lake.
He does live in Alabama.
I got the advantage if we both step in a doggone mud puddle at the same time. I got the advantage. That's just the way it kind of is. Because I'll pull a crawfish out of the mud puddle. Look, I'm gonna eat. We gonna be good. Trust me.
I hope you change them ducket rods out.
In fact.
Oh.
Them ducket rods messed up on you last time. You had one.
That's the time when you wouldn't get the net.
No, that's the one when you had the ducket rod and it just broke. When you set the hook, it broke. Remember, it popped on the top. The tip of it broke.
I mean, I had weight. It was weight does that at time. But you do remember when you wouldn't get the net for me, right?
What?
I thought you're gonna both flip it.
Because because he didn't believe that people actually caught fish out there. So wasn't nobody else catching fish, and I'm catching fish, and I'm like, and me, since catching fish is just a normal thing, I don't get all like, oh Lord, I don't do all that. I threw it out there, and I threw a jig, threw my jig, I bounced it, I drug it, and then I started swimming it. And when I was swimming it back, it hit. I set the hook, and I was just realizing, I said, Mako, get the net. He said, you don't have a fish. I said, I got a fish. Get the net.
What happened though?
Wouldn't get the net. I get the net up to the boat, get the fish up to the boat. He said, oh, you for real got a fish? And he jumped and shook me off.
Man, that rod broke, man.
Did you high stick them?
I don't know. I just know you don't need to buy them rods no more.
Hey man,
send them one of those Gene Loomis rods.
I may go out there with a cane pole on y'all. That's about what I might do on y'all. I got a collapsible cane pole. I'll pull that out, stretch that monster out, tie jig to it, throw it out there, catch a fish.
You catch one. Somebody should do a side pot. You catch one on that cane pole.
I'll catch one on the cane pole. You think I can?
So you're gonna fish the lake with a cane pole?
I can fish a lake. Let me tell you, I can fish a lake. You find a tree, give me a branch and some thread.
Well, I'll bring you a cane pole.
I got a cane pole.
So fish the tournament with the cane pole, and we'll fish the other.
I mean, I got a cane pole.
But hey, wait a minute. Is the screen right? Can y'all? What
is this?
13.35. Ryan Johnson.
Right. 2 days or 1 day?
What is that?
That was probably 5 days.
What is that?
That was probably 5 day trouble right there.
Oh yeah, buddy. Oh yeah.
Uh-oh.
Look at your partner.
Uh-oh.
All right. That's the call right there. All right, finishing up day 2. Ryan Johnson with the rod. All right, there we go. Hey, I mean, what's going on, fellas?
Oh Lord, get me out of here.
Was Hawk there too?
Oh yeah, he was there. He was squealing. He was making them breathing sounds that you was talking about.
I don't know what you're talking about. I don't know what you're talking about. But like I said, the way I'm planning, I may catch my fish by about 12. And then I might start satellite fishing after that.
Oh.
With the cane pole.
Might as well catch dinner. Ain't got nothing else to do.
Ryan, was that 13 pounds for 2 days? See, I need 1 day, man. Y'all can do it, man. I know it.
All right, well, look, we've been rolling for about 2 hours, guys. So you kind of you have met some of the people. So I will be there. We will have Chicken Hawk there taking a spanking, and then we're gonna have Mako, the shark, and then maybe Mask Off, Pat right there. Maybe he'll be there on the next one. Maybe he'll be at Chickamauga. And
hey, Mask Off, why you didn't come?
Nah, it's my brother's birthday weekend, so if I'm gonna have a boat out, I'm gonna be on Murray.
Oh, okay.
Let's do it, Pat. When you get your boat ready, man. Let's go.
Hey, Mask Off. It's gonna be like I'm grabbing them up under their shoulder, right here. I'm gonna grab them right here. That's what they gonna feel like. He got me. Oh Lord.
I'm gonna let Hawk go ahead and do that, man. Shout out to
all right, guys. We're about to go ahead and roll out.
All right, man.
So on the way out, want to give a big shout out to Eat Squawk. Hope you are doing better, feeling better. Hopefully you get out soon. And hey, make sure you tune in on Tuesday, 8 p.m. Eastern. And also, all right, member of the Money Team. So yeah, you'll be able to watch us on the preliminary Friday. Some of the behind the scenes info that's going on. All right, guys. Really appreciate everybody for tuning in.
Look at
we'll see you guys on the next live stream.
They gonna look like EMLF.